This is a trident maple which is about 2 feet or 65 or 70 centimeters tall. Quite an old tree, imported from Japan, but it has become a bit neglected over the years. The tree is very healthy because the person who has had it has kept it well fed, and as you can see, the growth is very lush and there's no sign of any disease or any insect pests, but it is just a bush, so it's lost the beauty of the original shape. So let us see what we can do to this tree. When we look at restyling a tree, which is what I'm going to do, we always try and find the front of the tree. You can look at the tree, turn it around and see, look at the base. We begin by looking at the base and see which side of the base is the nicest looking. This is a possibility from this side, but the tree is leaning that way. So although it's nice, it may not be the best side. This is also possible. This is also possible because it's got a nice flare this way. So the thing is to keep a very open mind. Never keep a close or one-track mind. This is also possible, but it's a bit empty this side, so it's only sloping that way. Another good way of discovering the front or the back is to scrape away the moss and see where the roots are going. Not many people bother to show the root base, what the Japanese refer to as the nebari. So by scraping away the moss, we can see how the roots are going into the soil, and that also gives a very good indication as to which can be your front and which can be your back. So again, looking at this tree, the way the tree slants, I wouldn't say that. This is a possibility because it's quite widespreading there. So we can always put a marker. The marker for the front or the back, we can just put a piece of aluminium wire to remind you which is a possible front. So if we use this as a possible front, we need to look to see where the apex ends. So that, as I say, is possible. This is also a possibility because it's quite even on either side. And you see how evenly spread it is both ways. So this is a possibility. So this is possibility. This is also a possibility. So the more we look, the more possibilities there are. See how nicely the root goes on either side. So determining the front is the key to restyling or even creating a bonsai. So this is very even on either side. So I would prefer this to be the front. I think this is nice. It goes either way. So as with all our shaping and trimming, we try to expose the trunk, never hide the trunk, because the trunk is the most important aspect of any bonsai. As long as the front is revealed, the rest of the tree will fall into place. So once we've decided on the front, which I reckon this is, of course this being a drum pot, round pot, I don't know which side the grower has used as the front or back. He could have turned it anyway, but I reckon this is the best. The way I approach trimming any deciduous tree, or for that matter any evergreen tree, is to create a nice conical shape. As you can see, this is just a big blob, but let's make it a more dome shape, and then we will go from there. So just roughly trim. I don't like my trees to be like a round balloon at the top. I like it more conical. So just trimming it like that. Can you see how the shape has changed now just by doing that? Aim for that shape on all sides of the tree. And then we will proceed to go inside the structure to see how we can improve it. So that is the basic overall shape we want. Now let's return to the front of the tree. So we've changed the overall shape. Now we're going to go into the structure to improve the structure of the tree. Tribe maples are so strong. This is now the middle of June. If I remove all the branches, I will still get a new crop of branches. So don't worry about removing all the leaves and some of the twigs. It will grow again. It's got a long time left in the summer to regenerate itself. So I'm literally going back to the structure. All these long branches, which are actually the pads, are far too long. So I'm going to go in there. Look at these long branches. You don't want them. They want to be short. This being the front is quite open, so it's very nice. I haven't had to remove any major branches. All these long shoots are part of the pad. They become overgrown. The pads are always like a palm of a hand, so don't let it lose that shape. I noticed that there is some dieback because the tree is so dense, it hasn't had any light going inside, so quite a few a few of these shoots have to be removed. There's quite a lot of dieback in here for lack of light. Long shoots which should be part of the pad. See, having the marker here, it brings me back all the time after pruning to home in to see how the shape is looking from the front of the tree. It's a bit dense up here. These shoots have been cut back for many years ago, so they never had a proper trim, so they become about 20 to 30 centimeters long, and they should be only like 5 or 6 centimeters in length. Now this is the back of the tree, but some of these branches have shot vertically upwards, and that's not good, so I really should get rid of this vertical growth. Can you see these vertical bits? They are not part of the structure, so we'll get rid of these vertical ones and encourage the shoots to grow horizontally. See, that's another vertical one. All this person has done is to keep letting it go and trimming the extremities. So we come back to the front. This is a very nice front still. Also the apex is this bit, but there's another apex going that way, so I don't want that one. See, this is like the apex at the back, so I don't want that one. So I will cut it off there. and encourage that to be the apex. In fact, some of these twigs have died from lack of light. Many of these twigs are dead. This is completely dead. Most deciduous trees will have dominance at the top, so if you don't control the top, it will dominate the entire tree and the lower branches will all die. So you always need to deal with the top quite severely and keep control of it. Like this tree is beginning to develop two leaders, which we didn't want. We got rid of one leader. So this is the tree which we have now refined. And after doing that, we can either take it out of this pot, but don't cut any of the roots, put it in a bigger pot to grow on and feed it heavily, and then it will regenerate branches. So although this is the middle of June, by early August it will have a complete new crop of leaves. So this is how we deal with this tree. And look at that beautiful base, and all the branches are still there. I haven't removed any branches, I've just thinned it out and reshaped the overall shape.